going through the website, I saw the Tyler Method collab. I saw the
Mhm.
Budweiser collab. So, as it's a 3-year-old company, how did you manage to land in the name in such big names with such big names? And then, how does a collab actually work? What is the operations behind a collab? Do you reach out? Do they reach out?
Mhm.
Tell me everything about it.
So collaborations, yeah, the moment we realized that last year was the year of collaborations. And we saw a lot of brands that we look up to, like Gully Labs, and speaking to a lot of people from their office also, we realized how important collaborations are. I
Yeah.
believe collaborations purely happened for us because our thoughts were in line. And I feel like collaborations were great to reach like newer audiences. So oftentimes, actually, lucky enough for the two collabs that you said, both of them reached out to us because I think what Notice provides as a entryway to products is very exclusive. Like we are the people. Like if you want to build a product as somebody in the industry, lucky enough and touchwood, we have made a name big enough where you would know, okay, okay, we can reach out to Notice and they would be down to build something with us. And we are also crazy enough to bend our brand manuals to build something new. So Budweiser had reached out to us with a very cool idea, and Budweiser wanted us to pitch to them. So we had pitched like 5 to 7 ideas, and none of them actually went through until we were 5 days before the deadline. And then they reached out to us with an idea कि हमें ये करना and we are down to do it. And literally on a Saturday evening, and Saturday evening we procured all the materials, made the designs, started building it by hand in house. And हमने तीन
Yeah.
दिन में उसे बनाया है from Saturday to Wednesday. Wednesday, like 22 hours of work has gone in each day. तो हम लोग रात रात भर जगे हुए personally with hand. We finished it, me, Rishi, my roommate Naman, and हम लोग ने वो finish किया. We've shot content with it at the last day and released it all in the course of 3 days. So that happened, and we could only take it up because no Budweiser also sort of knew that these guys are crazy enough to do it. So that had happened. Even with Method, so Method Sahil from Method had reached out to us because they were building uh, they were doing an exhibition about Bombay in their Delhi space, and they wanted something that represented Bombay. So luckily we had a tetrapod that represented that. So we were able to do that as a collaboration where we built 5 bigger tetrapods also. And then Tyler, the street artist, Kunal Gore, and other few artists came up. They customized their big ones, and Tyler made 150 of his customized tetrapods. So that also happened because they reached out and we were like, okay, we'll do it. So I think for us, luckily, because of being very design first and open enough to do new things, put us in this like in the radar of a lot of these bigger brands to collaborate with us. And us being crazy enough to say yes also just allowed us to do it because oftentimes business decision wise and bandwidth and timeline wise, especially like if you look at Budweiser, it didn't make sense at all because it is
Hmm.
impossible to do things in such timelines. But because we were like, yeah, figure out kar lenge, that is the only reason it happened. And for collaborations, it's all a very brand to brand, collaboration to collaboration roadmap that we have to build because no two collabs are alike. Timelines are always different, budgets are always different, asks are always different. So, how we usually go about it is when we brainstorm and we come up with X amount of product ideas for the collaboration. Then we do like a back and forth with the brand and figure out what they have in mind. And then we basically prototype it and make it in house and figure out how we do it. So us tarah se that is like the rough way that happens. And we also reach out to people sometimes, like our Toward collaboration that recently happened, which is so Toward is a Berlin-based art collective, and we created this product called the Bangle Vase with them. And
Hmm.
this is a yeah, so this was very cool. And Akshita had been like a big source of inspiration for me and some people in the team. So Lakshit had reached out to her to do a collab and few conversations, and we were like, you know what, let's do it. So that also we executed in a month from ideation to making the product to doing a physical event in Bombay. So ये सब होता है. We collaborated with District. We collaborated with this thing. What do you call it? We collaborated with social. So any single social that we go to, you'll see our products on their menus and on their Instagrams and whatnot. So
Oh,
that happened. And also with these collaborations, it obviously helps us reach new people, but it also connects us with a lot of mentors, right? Like after the
right, right,
Tyler
right.
collab, Tyler, who's an anonymous artist, became a mentor for us. So he always gets on calls with us and lets us know about how we can improve things. And it's very unlike him. And we are very grateful for him to support this. So we like that becomes like a major support system for us, right? Where these people who've been building their brands and their identities, they choose to help us purely out of just the niceness of their hearts. And I think a lot of guidance and having good mentors and obviously having good brands to be associated with becomes a game changer. So collaborations is something we always really push hard on.
This is so interesting. And I think a lot of this is driven by the purpose because you guys are design first. They want
Yeah,
someone
yeah.
who is design first and who is crazy enough to do this.
Yes. Yes.
And specifically talking about the Budweiser collab, the 3 day window, it's more or less like karna hai, matlab karna hai.
Ha, ha, ha. Yeah, yeah. We were also like, if we say yes, then we have to do it hook or crook. Like there is no movement to it. And we were also a much smaller company back then, so we didn't have any leverage to also navigate it any better. I wouldn't have
Right.
done that anymore because it does put in a lot of stress on the company. But luckily, we knew that we would be able to handle it in that time frame. The only thing that would cost us is our health a little
Hmm.
bit because of the sleepless nights. But we are like, yeah, gotta do it because having a name like Budweiser stand by you is a big,
Big
big
deal.
plus point, big deal. And people spend years trying to figure out how to reach these brands, and I think, I consider ourselves extremely lucky to be able to collaborate with them such early on. And we are always in a status of doing something bigger and better than last time.